So, welcome to this episode. For the ones that have seen me before, it's a lot about Vangelis, Tangerine Dream, Jean-Michel Jarre, the big synth gurus. Today it's something completely different. Well, it's actually something completely different. It's Shine On You Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd, actually where my love for music started. And what we're going to do is, there's quite a lot of mystery and misunderstanding of how this soundscape was made, and also a lot of nonsense, to be honest. Today I will show you that the three key ingredients, actually the four key ingredients, are the Solina string ensemble, obviously, a big Hammond that I have in this small package, but it sounds really good. It's by keyboard partners from Germany, and here it is, the true magic ingredient. It's actually on the floor. It's difficult for the cameraman, but there it is. The Moog Taurus pedals that, as far as I know, were only used by Rick Wright once in Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And last but not least, the Mini Moog Model D. Now, I've been watching and reading about this intro quite a lot, also from this wonderful book, The Complete Pink Floyd, that actually describes every song that was ever recorded by Pink Floyd. And what I'm going to do in a minute is dissect it and let you hear the tracks independently to show you what is played and how it works together. First, about the misunderstandings. What I, for instance, read is that it was made partly with the Synthi A, the VCS 3, or the Synthi A by EMS. Well, that's not true. And I can tell you why, because I owned a Synthi A, and it makes wonderful sounds, but especially now noise, but not this string orchestral-like full sound. It's not from a Synthi A. It's also not, and I tried and I tested that, 3 independent tracks played by the Mini Moog. Yes, they do that on Wish You Were Here. No, it's not being used on this track. What it is a wonderful mix between Solina, Taurus, and Hammond. Let's go into that, and let's start with the Hammond, because that's pretty essential in the sound. It's almost like a church organ. It has the Leslie on slow, and if you listen carefully to the song, you sort of hear it affects the movement of the whole song. But it's a very nice and warm Hammond sound. It's using, as far as I've tried, the first 4 drawbars. And while building up in the song, they add drawbars and make the sound more outspoken. Now see what happens when I add the Taurus. Whoa, whoa. You see what happens? There is this magic bass. Then the Solina. Oh, now magic starts happening. And the end of the song. The mighty Mini Moog. With just these instruments, we're 80–90% there. Now, the purist will say, well, there's something missing. There is the sound effect, there's this glassy stuff happening all the time. Actually, what happened is, before Wish You Were Here, the band had been working on an album called Household Objects, where they tried to make one full album without using traditional instruments, but using household objects like wine glasses. And they used those tracks because it never, they never were able to turn it into an album. They used those sound effects on Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And that's the extra layer, and I couldn't replicate it. I'm not a good wine glass player, so that didn't work out. But that's the icing on the cake. But again, let's just quickly go back. This is all it needs. The hammond and the Taurus as the basis, the wonderful high shiny strings, and then the Moog. Let's talk a little bit about the Moog as well, because looking at the way people make covers of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and there are quite a lot on YouTube, and actually they're all beautiful and you feel the love of people playing. What Rick Wright is doing using oscillator 3 to create this vibrato vibrato effect. I don't know what it is in English. Now, I was struggling a little bit with this because Rick's Moog was probably 2 or 3 years old. Mine is whatever, 40 years old, and listen to this. I'm struggling a little bit with it. I tried to copy it, it's not perfect. So, Shine On Your Crazy Diamond. That's the way I think it's being played, but I'm open to discussions, suggestions, feedback. I can be wrong. Last but not least, where I was struggling, for instance, with is, did he play this on the Solina or did he play this? Is that bassy, what they call cello and contrabass sound in there, or is it not? I don't know, I couldn't figure out. What is the exact setting of the Hammond? Maybe it's not perfect. But I was truly happy with this interpretation and cover of Shine On You Crazy Diamond, and I hope you liked it too. Next time, it's another Vangelis, but for now, Pink Floyd. See you.